Dun 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 dum pada 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 dum dum pum pum dum pum pum.
It looks like you have to use the long cut instead.
It's okay, you tried, good boy. Nice twin. Okay.
Alright, okay. How do I do this? Oh no, I am newbie now. I don't remember. Chotote. I just got a new keyboard. I forgot what's my shortcut for my scenes. Hold on. I know I have a memo pad of it somewhere. Hold on. It's just here on my desk. Nah. Doko kana? Yabe kure! Hi, it's a mechanical keyboard, and then I'll show you guys on the camera. Hold on. As far, I found it. I found my memo. Let's see. F6. It worked! Oh gods, I have not seen this version of my theme for so long. Used two keyboards for a while. I wish. Hello. I'm not a peach. For those who have never seen me stream in the daytime, this is actually the day version of my layout. I haven't seen this in so long, almost a year, because I never stream in the day because of my work schedule. Hold on, just to let you guys realize. So this is the AM. Yeah, this is basically light mode. And then PM is basically dark mode. Ta-da! Yeah. My size in my model size in the two sources are not like scenes are not the same. So if my avatar was exactly the same size in each scene, it's pretty good. It's like a washout thing. I did that, you know, in consideration for those who are actually watching me in the dark or at night. But yeah, I have to base it on my time zone. Like, is it daytime here or nighttime? Haha. Anyway, good evening! Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Konbanwa! My name is Anzu, and I am an apricot delivers packages from me to you. And today I'm lawyering. Alright. I bought a new keyboard after I got my salary from my teaching job, and I want to show it to you guys. I love it so much. Hold on, let me open my other light switch.
You need to see it in its glory. Hold on. I'm your little butterfly. Green, black and blue make the colors of the sky. Hi. Go ahead.
It's on the dog cam area. My pajamas! They're pink with sunflowers anyway. So, oh god. Maybe I should make the thing bigger. Hold on.
ちょっと待って、失礼します。
It's a retro style keyboard from the maker 8-bit dough. It's beautiful. It's yeah, no man. This is my old camera, so the color is a little weird. There we go. That's the true color. So it's based off of the Famicom.
And there's my doggy.
Hi, Tread. Look, you're on the screen. Hi, I have a messy desk because I'm kind of moving things around. And it comes with this. Oh, my arm. The two big buttons, A and B. This is my new undo button whenever I do art now. It's like, bam, bam. Oh, it's changing the size of the cam. Hold on. Oh, the other one doesn't work. I guess Control Z is Oh, that's pretty cool. Because it undid the movement. Hold on. Madogo's complaining. What is it? Nani kore? That's chat, Uhtred. Have you forgotten chat?
Yeah? Hiya? なんでなんで歌うとバルクバルクハバーバーハバーバーバー
You're so cute on camera. I'm so sorry.
Hello, Skillman. It's okay, Utren. ふるえ何これはやはにゃにゃ Hi, Mama. R. Nana. Down, baby.
Hold on, I'll just try to calm her.
Down, baby. Down. Down.
Shh. Behave. No! Do you need to go out? I'll have to call for family for backup. Okay, I'm going to call brother to help you. I can't leave the seat right now. Go, man. Hi.
Okay. Na to.
Go, man. I know this stream is supposed to be for Great Ace Attorney, but I couldn't help but share the keyboard. Yeah, it has some hiragana characters on it. Oh god, this is an old camera, go man. Yeah, it's a little blur, but anyway. Yeah, so it's really cool. Then these two buttons, you just program it for whatever you want. This is my copy paste now. No more Control V and Control Z. Control V and C thingy. Yeah, it's pretty clickety clackety though. Like, I think it's getting caught by the computer.
Hi. ちょっと待って。
Yeah, it's a little loud. I think it's being captured by the... It's not? Really? You can't hear this? Well, maybe because of Uhtred. This is how anime types. Yeah, they have no idea what they're actually typing. Neither do I. Alright.
Hi.
So yeah, it's pretty good. Aluminum case. You have Bluetooth wired, and there's a dongle too at the under part. Yeah.
Uhtred, stop attacking me.
Chato wata. Alright. Okay. So, Gomen, I had to calm down Uhtred. Hi. Don't worry, I don't shout at him and stuff like authoritarian like. Nah, I don't believe in that kind of style. He's more obedient when you just know what to say, when you understand him. I'm good with animals, so you hear the clacks. Is it loud? I haven't tried recording it. Like, is it loud? It has no backlight, but that's okay. I can type with my eyes closed. I memorize every key. Alright. So, continue. So, we're just starting off the second episode of the second Great Ace Attorney game. So, this is the memoir of the clouded Kokoro. And based on the last part of the first case, seems like we're going to be defending Soseki-san again. I think. It kind of seems like that's what we're heading.
Wow, good evening, Exmoto. Hi.
Wait, this stream has 5 likes? I haven't even started much. Nani kore? Thank you though. Thank you, my dear apricot supporters.
Wow, where's the Chibi Anzu frame from my thumbnail? Hello, Gangin. Waka.
ブライヤーロードの歩道で起こった姿なき犯人による冬の夜の惨劇。背中を刺され倒れた裏若きレディが生死をさまよううちに事件は解決した。
It's a reference for the first case.
窮地に陥った東洋人の留学生が我が友人によって救い出されたその晩。ガス灯の刻むほの暗い影の中、再び奇怪な事件が闇を切り裂いた。当時の新聞の戦場的な見出しを記憶している者も多いだろう。悪霊に見入られた死の邸宅、死刑囚の
Haunted apartment of
ガス
death.
魔人の恐怖。
Was the facts a bit changed, was it? I think it was the same.
それは悲劇の舞台の幕開けを告げるプレリュードに過ぎなかったのである。
A tragic play. Wow, so poetic. Is it a stage play? We're back to being Naruhodo! My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a fledgling lawyer just starting out on my journey.
Ah, 何これ?
6 months ago, I arrived as a visiting student of law. Having made the long voyage across the sea from the Empire of Japan to here, London, England.
London. On the beach is falling down.
Yes, Uched, I know. Brother's coming, don't worry. My dog's staring at me judgingly. It's like, why you not bring me out? He's coming, baby. Just wait a little longer. Damn, he's judging me. And on the way, in quite extraordinary circumstances, I made the acquaintance of a world-famous detective.
Oh, it's Shalom's.
Currently, I reside in the attic of the detective's own lodgings, from where I run my legal consultancy of sorts. I've successfully defended a number of clients in Britain's highest court, the Old Bailey.
Just a moment, Uhtred, he's coming.
But since a particularly grueling and unforgettable legal battle 4 months ago now, I haven't returned to the courtroom. In truth, I lost my right to return. What do you mean you lost your right to return? But that epic trial was just one small part of an epic tale, a tale which was now about to awaken from slumber. Thanks to a letter that arrived this morning from my homeland.
It's a letter.
Eh?
What was that? Is that your stomach?
What a delicious smell wafting up the stairs. It must be nearly time for breakfast. I better go down to Mr. Shom's suite and say good morning to the great detective and his flatmate.
Kachong, kachong, kachong. To the first floor.
30th August, 7:28 a.m. Shom suite. Oh, I missed you, Iris! You cutie patootie child! Oh my god.
Ah, Bruno! Good! I was just about to call up to you. The bacon's ready.
Ah, she got them bacon! At the end of the last case of the previous game, he was told he was going to be punished for the McGilded trial.
Eh? Dare? Who?
Who was gonna be punished? I wasn't paying attention because Uhtred was like trying to get on my lap. Going away. Hi.
Where's my key?
There's my key. Ah, Naruhodo-kun. Ah, right. Okay. Hi, thank you for reminding me. I remember. Good morning, Iris. It smells delicious as usual. Before we eat, though, I have some news. I had a surprise this morning. Shh! Not another word, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, this is the DLC costume. It came with the game when I bought it from Steam. I decided to keep it because I feel like he would be the modern... If he was in modern times, he'd kind of be like a weeb. So I turned it on. Naruhodo, I believe he's wearing the steampunk outfit. I just wanted to see what it looks like. This could be just the abstruse thing for my pre-breakfast stagnation repelling mental stimulation, my dear fellow. Morning to you too, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, I see. So that's it. Whoa. Personal space, man. Personal space. I need my personal space.
何これ? 何これ? パーソナルスペース.
近い。近すぎる. The truth is as clear to me as day. My faculties of observation have revealed it again. What are you talking about?
Oh, hello. Hello, John. Here's Johnny.
Yes, this is Sholmes in his traditional interpretation, traditional Japanese yukata. Hi. He even has the mask for like festivals.
Hello, Nishimiya-san. おかえりなさい, Nishi-kun.
Well, that's a little high pitched than normal, but anyway.
I hope you guys are good, ne?
You, Mr. Naruhodo, you have this very morning met with a surprise. Well, is that not the case? Really, my dear fellow, it barely warrants explanations.
You're hearing weird noises, Nishimiya-san? That's normal in my streams.
Firstly, your hair is particularly unkempt, somewhat reminiscent of a bird's nest. Secondly, you have neglected to fasten the third button of your jacket. Clearly, when considered together, these two facts point to you having been flustered this morning.
Can I talk now?
But of course, though I don't look for admiration, you understand.
My hair always looks like this. It's been this way since I first met you.
Oh, Ryunosuke. Oh, it has. And the button was ripped off last night, if you remember. By you. Huh?
Yeah?
Why would you rip off... Huh? Why would you rip off his button? Huh?
Hurley pulled your button off?
Huh? ちょっと待って! Explain yourself, detective! Ah, yes, I recall the incident now. It was after supper, was it not? Huh? ちょっと待って! Huh? Okay, whether you like it or not, I read yaoi. I kind of draw yaoi. It's more of sketches. And I'm a fujoshi, so... Well, I'm not any extreme kind of fujoshi, so don't worry, but... Huh? The wording! Oh no! Ah! Explain yourself! As the evening advanced, I picked up my violin and began to play the wailing notes of a haunting tune. But then, to my utter dismay, the third string snapped! Why did it have to happen? Why? Huh? The button wasn't the only thing being torn off. Huh? My brain! Shut up! No! My imagination! Little wonder then that in my vexation I grabbed the first button I saw and ripped it from its proper place. Huh? Well, I'd like it back now, please. It's troubling me that I can't fasten my jacket. And it's troubling me that you expect me to know where it is. Somewhere thereabouts on the floor, one presumes. Ah, so helpful. Bam. What matters at the present time, my dear fellow, is simply whether or not my deduction was unerring. I know, neurons activated, man. My brain.
But Hurley, Reno said it when he came in, didn't he? I had a surprise this morning.
Assault rifle を手に取る。
あ、危ないよ。お姉さん。
あ、ちょっと待って。それは本当に危ないよ、西宮さん。止めてください。お願いします。
わ。
Well, that really is a surprise. Oh, that was in timing. Yes, this man is the pride of the British Empire, the famous consulting detective Mr. Sherlock Holmes. There can't be a simple person in the world who doesn't know his name.
Alright then, enough of this silly conversation. Come and eat this bacon before it goes cold. And I have a new herbal tea for you to try too. My latest special blend.
Oh, she's so cutie. Cutie patootie. And here we have Iris Wilson, Mr. Shom's lodger and companion. A truly exceptional young girl who's the author of a highly successful serialization here in London. Yes, The Adventure of Herlock Sholmes was published in Rant's magazine. You fool! Don't summon her.
That's right. That's right. Don't be a fool. Don't bring out the pentagrams and the candles. You don't know what comes out.
Nothing good.
Too bad you can't run. Whether you like it or not, there's already an invisible wall that has trapped everybody in. Hi, gamarimasu ne.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, won't you put us out of our misery? What surprised you this fine morning? Well, I received a letter from Japan.
Oh, from Susie, you mean? Was it really?
And that's right, and she had some rather startling news, in fact. So how are you guys doing? He's changing the subject. He's not one of you. He's a spy. Ah, intriguing indeed. Oh, you must tell us all about it over breakfast.
Oh yes, what fun! Conversation. Mrs. Sato's letter.
This is the letter that arrived from Japan this morning by international post.
Oh, how lovely! Look at Susie's beautiful writing. I wish I could read it.
Oh, it's probably in Japanese. Oh, and the letter is also pink. That's so cute. And how is your judicial assistant faring, may I ask? She's very well, thank you. In fact, according to what she's written, she actually appeared as a lawyer at the Japanese Supreme Court and won a case.
Huh? Really? Oh, isn't she wonderful?
A cut above your good self, my dear fellow. I've won cases too, you know. Apparently, Mr. Natsume appeared in the trial as a witness. Natsume. No, I don't recall that name. Of course you do. We helped the man twice. You know, in the 2 cases that took place on Briar Road 6 months ago? Ah, the mustache twitchy man with the somewhat feline eyes and the mustache.
He didn't have 2 mustaches, Hurley.
Yes, who could forget those 2 cases? They made a very deep impression on me. Although I must confess the details are a little hazy now. Oh my god, he has the pipe thing. Wow. A very deep impression they made on you. Clearly. The mustache is very... Oh, if only you saw... What's his name? Left and right mustache back then. Wow, we were all under kidnapping circumstances, ne? Herlock Sholmes, welcome back. Nice stream. Thank you, great detective. Thank you, fine young man.
Oh, Hurley, you're such a unpredictable person, you know that?
It's him. Hi. You're wearing your nice yukata today. So, what was this startling news penned by Miss Sato? Do you remember the case of the haunted lodgings, Mr. Schultz? The end has begun. Ah, yes, it's very interesting, you know. I don't feel entirely uncertain that a case of that nature did not occur. He's totally forgotten then. Anyway, in her letter, Miss Sasato asked that we read over her case notes again and investigate further. Though it took place half a year ago, for what purpose? Because of something that Mr. Natsume said to her, apparently. He suggested that the real reason why she was called back to Japan so suddenly might have something to do with that case of the haunted lodgings. Oh? On Mr. Natsume's return to Japan, Miss Sasato's father questioned him about the case, she says. And something Mr. Natsume said appeared to trouble Professor Mikotoba, prompting him to send that telegram.
Oh, that case. Yes. It was very strange, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I had compiled the whole story into a nice, neat manuscript, ready for publication too. But then Hurley here was all funny about it, remember? He was very mean. That story must not be published, you said. Very mysterious as well.
Really? I said that? Are you sure? I remember. It's the one with the pawnbroker. And then the manuscript was in the chest. And I remember, what's her name? Gina Lestrade. She tried to check if it really was in the chest. Yeah, I remember now. This is 555. Receive a call about a delivery. And what kind of delivery would that be? Do you perhaps know something about it as well, Mr. Sholmes? About why Miss Sasato was suddenly told 4 months ago that she had to return to Japan? Apricot was isekai. Oh my god, if I were to be isekai, I'd laugh my ass off if I'd end up like a, I guess for lack of a better term, a mommy character or kind of thing. Like deep inside, I'll just be playing around with it. And then if I was reborn as a little gremlin kid or something like that, I'd just be gremlin Anzu all the way. And I'll be asking, where's my chocolate? Miss Sasato's repatriation. Miss Sasato. All apricot was isekai.
It's been 4 months now since we waved Susie off at Dover. It was such a shock, wasn't it? The way she was just suddenly announced that she had to go back to Japan.
Well, if you can be a vending machine isekai, you surely can be an apricot. Oh yeah, I heard of that. I haven't checked out the... I think it became an anime, but I believe it also has a manga. I remember coming across it on my Facebook feed before. Like there's an isekai where you're a vending machine? Indeed it was, due to a telegram she received from her homeland, I believe. And that's right, telling her to return urgently. Ah, yes, because her father had passed away. Sholmes, you killed off her dad, my god. No. It just said he was suffering from a high fever, the cause of which was unknown. He's not dead. But according to this letter, that news about her father's fever was just a ruse.
A ruse? So Susie's daddy lied to her so that she'd make the voyage back home. Why would he do that?
I have to admit I have absolutely no idea. But she believes it's almost certainly related to the case of the haunted lodgings. The fever, where it came from? Oh, it was a lie. Daddy lied about it. So that daughter Sasato would come back home immediately. So he was totally okay. It was mentioned in the first case that he's totally fine. Summoning her back to Japan so suddenly like that, I wonder what Miss Osato's father is hiding.
Hurley, do you know what it's all about?
Oh well, who couldn't say?
What?
But you said... Ha! Please, I have engagements, my dear fellow. My calendar is quite surprisingly full today. And a stringent analysis of the matter would be excessive, I feel, even if I were quite at leisure. So, man the fort in my absence, won't you, Iris?
I will, Hurley. Don't worry. See you later.
Adieu. Even Sholmes is avoiding the topic. He knows more. He's hiding something. And so is the judge back in Japan and Mikotoba. The dad. Daddy Mikotoba. Papa Mikotoba. He scuttled off rather quickly there. I was isekai and turned into Anzu's guard. Oh my, then you'll have the hardest, one of the hardest jobs. Good luck. I have both adversaries to look out for and, well, people who are a bit too close for comfort. And I need protection from myself. Bam. I think perhaps Professor Mikotoba isn't the only person hiding something here. Soseki-san was involved in 2 cases, but only one of them was forbidden from being published. Who else knows more than they're telling? Oh yeah, me.
Oh, TPG.
By of all people, Mr. Sholmes.
Aha! I've found them at last.
Iris, are they...
The notes about the case? That's right. Susie and I compiled them together. The case of the Honten lodgings. Do you want to read them, Bruno?
Absolutely. Thank you, Iris. I have no idea what secrets could still be hiding in the shadows of this case. But perhaps if I read over the notes again, something might come to light.
That's the spirit.
You need to protect Anzu before she gets stabbed. What am I? What's her name? The idol from Oshinoko? Was it Ai Hoshino or something? I forgot her last name. And so, Iris and I decided to read over the case notes again together. Everything from what happened to our investigation and that fierce battle in court that followed. Reliving every detail. I just need to find a clue, and I have all the time in the world. Because of course, I'm no longer allowed to practice law in the courts of Great Britain. Wait, I lost my right to practice. What did I do? Ah, right, the Macleod thing. That shorty. That evil shorty. It was 6 months ago. A mysterious incident that unfolded on the wintry streets of London. A young woman was found lying on the snowy pavement of Briar Road with a knife in her back. Fortunately, her life was spared, but she was unconscious for several days following the incident. The fog was thick, and nobody saw her attack her, but by a cruel twist of fate, a visiting Japanese student was walking behind her at the time and was duly arrested. That's Soseki-san. That man was Soseki-san. The man who effected his arrest was Mr. Sholmes. Believing in our compatriot's innocence, Susato-san and I decided to represent Soseki-san in court. And after a grueling trial of many twists and turns, we finally managed to prove his innocence.
joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation.
Was the man's reaction after the trial. But his oh my god, how do you read this? But his jubilant jubilation was short-lived. We received a telegram from Mr. Sholmes the following morning. The victim of the Briar Road stabbing has regained consciousness. Hurry to Bart's at once. I believe that was the hospital. So Susato-san and I summoned a handsome and... Handsome? Oh, wait. There's no letter D and E, so that's not handsome as in good looking. So I guess it's a different term. I have no idea what that means.
What's handsome? Handsome wa nani?
Well, aside from everyone out there being handsome and beautiful, of course. But I know this is different from that, ne? Anyway, a handsome and headed immediately to the hospital. Is that another term for the... Ah, the cab. Okay, so the carriage thingy. The chariot. Isn't the chariot like the ones in the Romans and the gladiators and stuff? Or is it also a term to call like the coach?
Ah, what an unsanitary hospital. There's a rat on the right side.
That's a rat. There's no mouse that would grow that big, I think. I know I'm handsome. That's right. Full confidence, guys. Confidence. 21st February, 5:30 a.m. St. Bartholomew's Hospital. Recovery ward. The cleanest British hospital. 100% clean, sanitized. No disease. I can tell. That rat. It's sanitized. There you are at last. Good morning, Mr. Sholmes. I think not. Oh. You're late! What on earth took you so long? Your telegram only arrived at 5 o'clock, Mr. Sholmes. And it's a 20-minute ride to the hospital. That's not a rat, it's a dinosaur. Mommy. That's Ratney the dinosaur. His best friend is Barney. Yeah. That's right, and it's 5:30 now. I think we made very good time. The time is utterly irrelevant. The fact is I have been waiting for what has felt like an eternity.
Wow, dramatic much?
Huh? In point of fact, I myself was awoken at 4 this morning by a telegram boy.
Hello, Tredden brother. Thank you so much for help.
And feeling it was somewhat unjust that I alone had been roused at such an hour, I sent one to you. Well, thanks for that. Anyway, you're here now, so... The victim is over there. She's only just regained consciousness. Oh, she's so cute. She's like a round Buddha statue. You should introduce yourselves, and I shall observe from here.
Brother, they say hi.
Brother says hi, chat. So that's the lady who was found on the snow-covered pavement with a knife in her back. Her name is... Ah, yes, here we are. Miss Green. Oh my gosh, if you guys know this reference, then we're old. If you know this reference, let me know in the chat. Stick a knife in the back and twist! 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 Alright, if you know where that is from, type it out in chat, ne? At the same time, I have an idea that we're around the same era of cartoons. Hi. Okay, let's examine Themabobs. Isn't this the mascot of the... What do you call that? The tires for cars? Michelin? Is that it? I know I think the same name as the Michelin stars thingy for food. I could be wrong. Is it spelled that way? But it looks like it, right? Bam! This rounded wooden figure isn't the most charming, isn't it? I don't think that's a decoration, Mr. Naruhodo. It's an artist's mannequin, I believe, used when practicing sketching the human form in different poses. Really? It's not exactly what you'd call a typical figure for that purpose, though, is it? No, I suppose not. I confess I've never seen one quite so full figure before. I guess that's a nice way to say chubby or fat. Well, if you want to draw a full-figured person, it's the right tool for the job.
Oh, there's a photo.
Look, there's a photograph in the frame here. Oh, who's that? Oh yes, it's a picture of a young gentleman. He looks to be the same age as Miss Green, I would say. Perhaps a young woman's special someone, do you think? My, Mr. Naruhodo, I didn't know you had a sense for matters of the heart. A nice way to say that you didn't think Naruhodo would be interested in romance. Not in the least. I sincerely said the first thing I thought of. Oh, he's not into romance.
Interesting.
Now with the rat, it's bothering me. A mouse, Mr. Naruhodo! An enormous mouse!
Dark Lord Sama, hello. How are you? Welcome, welcome.
Okaeri nasai, Dark Lord Sama. Ohisashiburi da ne. Wait, I think I missed one speech bubble. Here. Vermin in the hospital? That doesn't seem the best. But it looks like a very healthy specimen, doesn't it? It's very plump. I'm not sure we can say that's down to the excellence of this facility, if that's what you were thinking.
That's one big chunky mouse, though. But I still think it's a rat.
Is it hers? Maybe it's her pet. Yeah, that could be a reason why it's here. There are all sorts of medicines in this cabinet, look. I'm not sure if it's safe leaving them in reach of everyone like this. Yes, you're right. I can imagine if you were peckish, you might try a whole bottle or two. Well, at least there seems to be a little lock to secure the cabinet doors. I don't imagine that would stop you if you were hungry. I worry that you'd break the lock. Hunger doesn't turn me into a criminal, you know, Mrs. Sato. Well, unless you start getting the sandwich of your friends, then... yeah, you become a dorobo, a thief. This looks like the treatment notes for whoever's occupying this bed. Let's see. Do not permit to run around the hospital. The patient doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so... he or she's probably running around the hospital then. Oh dear, how worrying. What's worrying is why they haven't discharged the patient yet.
知らないね.
Good morning.
Nani, Nishimiya-san?
I'm right here. Well, just not physically outward, of course. But I'm right here inside your regular Anzu. We are the same person after all, just a different form.
Wow, Mina-san, be careful what you type. You're summoning the others.
Oh, I think Miss Green is a painter. Not only was the person in the picture with a paintbrush, but so her pocket has paintbrushes. Hello, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. What kind of voice should we give Miss Green? I find her cute. I like her character design. She's cute. If she gets me, all in the chat must survive. Get out of Anzu, we need an exorcism. What? Shotomate. Nani, Dark Lord-sama? Is there something wrong? Oshiete yo? Demo, この場合はしょうがないね。
Let's see, what kind of cute voice should we give this Miss Green?
She's probably British. Oh no! Was it your knife that? Are you the man who... No. I'm a lawyer. And I'm Sasato Mikotoba. Pleased to meet you. Oh no! Was it your knife then? Are you the one? No. I assure you, I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. We heard that you regained consciousness and wanted to come to give you our best wishes.
You can't struggle, Gagi.
Best wishes for me? Thank you. At bakit naman napagagi ka dyan, Dark Lord-sama? I'm sorry, I haven't heard the Onesan voice in Tagalog for a long time. Even I got surprised. For those who don't know, I can hear myself because of my headphones connected to the mic directly, so it's kind of funny sometimes. I'm Olive Green. I'm an artist. Well, no, that's not right, is it? Well, what I mean is I'm trying to be an artist. Oh, she's cute. Well, what I really mean is I desperately want to be an artist.
She's so cute and we have the same apron, green.
But the truth is I don't have any talent. I know I don't. Oy, shotto mate. Kawaii tayo. At sino naman ang cute? Ako ba? Ikaw? Or kayo? It's no wonder I was stabbed in the back. I don't think that's related actually. Gosh, this young woman seems to bend over backwards to put herself down. Miss Green is so relatable. Seeing as we're here, we should ask her about what happened from her perspective, I suppose.
Oh, Papa, hello. Papa, say hello to chat. I always tell them how funny you are.
Hi, hello, everyone.
You still owe us a stream where you're going to play Mario Kart with us.
I'll be the first.
You'll be the first. Oh.
From the last.
From the last. Okay. My chat says hi.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys heard my dad, but he says hi. And yeah, he hasn't forgotten. He's going to play Mario Kart with us. He's fun. He's a funny dude. He came to give me some watermelon.
Haha. He gave me watermelon. It looks delicious. Yeah, my dad, my papa.
I live with my family, you know, typical Asian setting. Kind voice. Oh yeah, he's a cheerful dude. And he's really funny. He has really good jokes, my dudes. Olive Green is too relatable to everyone who plays. Oh hell yeah.
Watermelon. You want to see watermelon?
Gusto niya ba makita yung pakwan natin? Chotto.
Ito. Tan-tan-tan. watermelon in Filipino,
In Tagalog, pakwan. I think it's seedless. It's probably on sale. That's why they bought. It's the most beautiful thing you've seen in your life? Eh? Honto.
soso, soka.
It's watermelon inside the watermelon.
Hi, watermelon.
It's trying its best to get over its post Malone.
Yes.
Alright. So corny, I'm so sorry. Seeds are picked, it seems. I think this is... maybe yeah. I think they probably took some of the seeds out.
Wow, that's nice of Papa. Papa's so nice. I love my Papa. No one can take my Papa. It's my Papa. Get your own Papa.
But of course, there's nothing wrong with, not having a dad. Because there are different circumstances out there. Nothing wrong also if you don't have parents, as long as you have someone helping you out or caring for you, right?
That's the best. Onegai, help me.
Nande? Doyatte ne?
Papa's girl, yeah. I'm a Papa's girl. Definitely. I love my Papa. And my Papa loves me. And we have fun. And Papa is cute. And young at heart. Yes.
Alright. Seeing as we're here, we should ask her about what happened from her perspective, I suppose.
Nandesu ka, Nishimiya?
She's hypnotizing. Well, who knows? Maybe before I wanted to release a voice pack, but then everyone was like releasing a voice pack, and I was like, I'm gonna lay low for now. Maybe if I have, if there's a day where I don't have work and it's quiet around the house, maybe I'll record some voice lines. Because I like the idea that you can put like voice effects as like a ringtone or even like replacement for your generic computer sounds for errors or startups and stuff. I think that's fun. I'll make a gremlin voice pack too.
Gremlin Anzu.
She'll just be going in your ears and asking for chocolate or something. You can't struggle, she'll eat you alive. But I'm not a cannibal, ne? Unless you'd want me to become one for you. To suddenly be struck in the back by a blade as you were walking along the pavement. What a terrible experience you had, Miss Green.
Chat will eat you, Nishimiya-san. Oh, go ahead, Chat. You have permission.
Alright. Repetition of the crime on Twitter. You had to remind me. Hi. If you guys want to know what he's talking about, just ask him. It's a voice drama. Yeah. An amateur one. It's terrible. You don't have to listen to it. It was so cold that day, and the fog was so thick, I couldn't see a thing. That was 4 days ago now, I think. Is that right? Yes, that's right. I'm afraid you've been comatose all that time. But the case has been solved, hasn't it? While I've been here in the hospital, I mean. Indeed it has, my dear madam. Spectacularly by none other than I, Herlock Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes, as you well know, it was Mr. Naruhodo's hard work in court that solved the case. Are you yet to hear what happened, Miss Green? Yes, I'm afraid so. A gentleman from the police force is supposed to be coming to fill me in shortly. Oh, I see. Me coming round seems to have made everyone frantically busy. I'm so sorry. I should never have regained consciousness. It was selfish of me. Oh, Miss Green. She's so relatable. Oh no, we're also relieved that you're on the mend, Miss Green. Really, we are. With that kind of attitude, maybe her surname should be Blue, not Green. So you're an artist, are you, Miss Green? Oh no! Oh, I couldn't possibly claim that. I'm a fledgling artist at best. I mean, I am a student of art, really. At the... oh my god, how do you read that? Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. Oh my! An Academy of Fine Arts! Great Britain is such a wonderful country. Tell me, Miss Green, do you live hereabouts? Oh no, actually, I don't deserve it, but I have a little flat on Brixton Road. Oh, that's okay, Dark Lord Sama. I guess the important part, right? You're able to play it, even if you don't have a PC. I see. How very interesting. Oh no, is it? Brixton is some 10 stops away on the underground from here. And the Thorndike Academy is a mere 3-minute walk from Brixton Town Centre. Does that... oh, it's Ryunosuke. Does that matter, Mr. Sholmes? Perhaps not, but Briar Road is a far less salubrious part of town by comparison. Dwelt in by those of inferior means, including the maleficent Mr. Moustache. Inferior means? I suppose Soseki-san does fit the bill. I guess they mean like less fortunate. It struck me as somewhat out of the ordinary for a young fine art student to be walking in such a district. That's all. What's this? She suddenly clammed up. Mr. Sholmes, you should be ashamed of yourself prying into a young maiden's private affairs. Oh dear me, do forgive me. If you don't mind. I'm being discharged shortly, so I need to pack up my things. I think she shows. Oh yes, of course, we won't keep you. Thank you so much, Miss Green. Oh, her necklace is in the shape of a key. I wonder if that's the key to her... Ah! I got surprised by the policeman. Oh my god. I'm sorry. That took me a moment to process. Is there Mr. Narufodo here? Mr. Narufodo? Narufodo? Nah, huh? Well, if you're looking for Mr. Naruhodo, the lawyer, that's me, but... Ah, Mr. Narufodo. Good. This is for you. It's a message from a Mr. Saucy Nutmeg. Nutmeg? Huh? Saucy Nutmeg. Huh? Who's that? Ah, Soseki Natsume. Naruhodo. Mr. Natsume sent a message to me? But why would a policeman be delivering a message from Mr. Natsume? Exactly. What's going on? Bum bum tick 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 bum gum chick chick bum chick dum chick chick bum dum. What's a Scotland Yard constable doing playing delivery boy at this time in the morning? Oh, what are you waiting for? Let me see that. I imagine he swiped it off of Naruhodo's hands. Oh. Well, this is most unexpected. Is something wrong, Mr. Sholmes? Is something wrong, Mr. Sholmes, he says. Have you not seen this note? No, how could I? It would seem that London's criminals have no intention of letting the great detective rest. A new case calls. A case of murder, no less. We must depart at once.
Murder?
Oh, that's fast. Call a cab. Time is of the essence. But the trouble is, we've yet to read Mr. Natsume's note. I was thinking we ought to pay him a visit in his lodgings once we did. That would be entirely convenient.
Convenient? What do you mean?
It's all here in the note, my dear fellows. The murder we must investigate took place at Mr. Mustache's lodgings. You don't know what's happening. Oh, that's okay. So basically, Mr. Natsume, we defended him once and he's not guilty. Now this is a new case. Well, basically it's a flashback. So it seems like this is the second case they're referring to when they were saying we defended Mr. Soseki Natsume twice. So turns out this other murder right after our trial or a few days after our trial seems like it happened in Mr. Natsume's lodgings, or basically where he's staying at in London. So pretty unfortunate that he's involved again somewhat.
Wait, what? I'll hail a fasha. What is that, chat?
Ha? ちょっと待って。Fiacer? Oh? Farce? That's not a farce. I know that's different.
Fiacra.
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 Fiacra. Okay. It's a, according to Merriam-Webster, it's a small hackney coach.
Ah, okay.
I know what that is. Hi. So it's a coach. Okay. Fiacra. I'm learning British in this game. It was only yesterday that Soseki-san was in court and we were dispelling doubts about his innocence. And now the very next day, there's a murder at the man's own address. He may very well be the unluckiest man alive. Or so it seemed to us at the time, but we were soon to discover it was worse than we thought.
It was worse?
Oh, hell no.
Fine.
How could it be worse? February 21, 7:18 a.m. Mr. Natsume's lodgings, ground floor. Eh? Who's this?
What on earth?
Oh my! The gentleman is deceased without question. He's dead. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Mr. Natsume. Why? Why is this happening? Why to me?
I've only just got out of court yesterday. I was finally home after 2 days of misery. And then I wake up the next day to this. No early bird should catch a worm like this.
Mine.
Woeful worm without wiggle.
I see you're in high spirits again this morning, Mr. Mustache.
Ah! Not the horrible Herlock shows. Shoo! Shove off! Show yourself to the door. I never invited you.
Well, it's understandable he doesn't like Mr. Sholmes because it was Sholmes in the first place that got him into court and, you know, got everyone to suspect him, so I get his ire towards him. Oh, thank you for the watering and posture. Let me see if my hands will crack. Oh, it cracked. Alright, everyone, reach for the skies. Yes, bend. Bend those arms with me and together we shall become trees of long branches.
Okay.
Alright.
Mr. Sholmes came here with us.
Maybe bye-bye for now.
I'm quite sure he'll be able to help you, Mr. Natsume.
I am entirely at your disposal, Mr. Mustache. What can I do for you?
Grabbing fertilizer. Dang, won't grow too tall. Oh, it's fish and chips guy, Gregson.
Here they are, ready, the busybodies.
Hi, take care ne, Dark Lord. Thank you for coming by ne. Otsukaresama, Dark Lord-san.
Ah, Inspector Gregson, what a pleasant surprise. Pleasant surprise, is it? Give me heartburn every time I see your face at a crime scene, Sholmes. Ha! I deduce, Inspector, that your heartburn is a result of your excessive consumption of fried food.
Good morning, Inspector. Dun, 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 dun. Inspector Gadget. Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, intrusive thoughts are winning. This is a crime scene, don't you go touching anything.
Or good morning to you too, Sunshine. Yeah. Wow, examine. はい。まったね、ダークロード様。おやすみなさい。いい夢を、いい夢を。来るでしょう。おやすみ。Okay, right. We're supposed to inspect. Alright, what can we find? Man, this guy has some tights, yo. Ah. それは何? So, Inspector, what was the victim's name? Who was he? Wait. William Shakespeare? This is William Shakespeare. Nice. I like how he has the word sham. Is it foreshadowing what kind of person this is? He's a sham?
Mr. William Shakespeare was a lawyer here. As you can probably tell, he was an actor. A bit of a dead loss as it seems, or just dead.
Mr. Shakespeare.
It was the landlord, old Mr. Garrideb, and the other lodger, Mr. Natsume, who found him. The fella didn't rise at his usual hour, so Garrideb got word and kicked the door down.
Forgery, it seems. But doesn't Mr. Garrideb have a bad leg?
Ah, yeah, you're right there. It was that jittery Japanese hunchback over there who actually did the kicking.
Really? Soseki-san?
The victim was pretty hard up, it seems, even done some time inside for petty crimes. He had no money, no place to go, no friends. His only acquaintances were the people in his house. Miserable life and a miserable end.
So what exactly is Mr. Natsume still doing here?
He's not involved in the investigation, so shouldn't you have sent him away from the crime scene? Well, I'm not saying it's because the fella looks old or anything, or that he acts suspicious, but I thought it would be prudent to take a statement from the cohabiter.
You nearly said culprit there, didn't you? Oh dear. Mr. Natsume appears to be under suspicion again. It certainly seems that way. He does just come across as such an odd fellow, doesn't he? Poor man. How unfortunate.
Anyway, I can't say much until the coroner gets here. But I don't think this fella's been a goner that long. The body's still warm. Even if the inspector would allow it, I don't think I could bring myself to touch a dead body.
Dead body, a dead body. それは何?
Eh? It's not a particular object? Okay.
Okay, what's over here?
Oh, it's just a little to the left. Oh. This is a stage? That looks horrible. Okay, let's look at the dead body. Oi! I said hands off! You're gonna mess up my crime scene. No, I just wanted to look, that's all. No chance, I know your kind. You'll mess it up just by looking at it. Someone's in a bad mood. There's certainly some bad air in here, isn't there? Oh, Alright, it sounds like I'd better talk to the inspector first and try to curry some favor.
Wow, we have to talk to Mr. Fish and Chipu. Fish and Chipu.
Wait, I have to move back the screen. There we go. Eh? I guess I have to just click on it. It made with a passion. The stage. Okay, so he's saying the same thing. I guess we'll really have to just wait for the coroner to come. Maybe we can just talk to Natsume-san. Yeah, it's the same dialogue.
Pum 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 pum.
Yeah, I think we should talk to Soseki-san. They're saying the exact same thing. Okay, look at Soseki-san's eye, it's twitching.
He has to sleep, man, and calm down.
We gotta bury him in the lavender bed. What a terrible thing to have happened. It's only been 3 days since I was arrested for the incident on the pavement outside. And then, having finally regained my freedom, it starts happening all over again. Endless existence of excruciating experiences. So the victim lived here on the ground floor, and your room is just one story up, isn't it? Yes, that's right. In a way, we were neighbors, I suppose. So, did you know the victim? Were you friends? At least we saw Mr. Shamspear alive once. Oh, why is he nervous? Wait, why are you nervous? Soseki-san, I'm just asking if you're friends. Oh my god, don't tell me you're mortal enemies. What's the matter with Soseki-san now? It was an innocent enough question, wasn't it? Why does he seem so shaken by it? Well, I suppose he wasn't a complete stranger. But did he ever invite me to his room? Never! On my honor, I swear it. What an extreme reaction. You're probably wishing you'd never asked now, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo? When we found him here, I felt wretched. Which is why I sent word asking you to come. Through that inspector over there! Hey? What are you doing now, Sholmes? Sholmes, why? Why are you like this, Sholmes? Why? Why? Just why? Okay, what's my screenshot button? There we go. Okay.
Nani, shomu?
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
Ha! You need not only observe to know it, my dear fellow. Investigating naturally.
There's nothing natural about that pose. Mr. Sholmes, have you made some miraculous discovery? Some screws are definitely missing.
Patience, my dear madam, patience. We've not been here in this room 5 minutes. So far, all I've managed to deduce is what actually happened.
Oh, here we come. My goodness! But isn't that everything we need to know, Mr. Sholmes?
Now that you propose the idea, I believe one could indeed see it that way. At the present time, I have managed to draw 2 incontrovertible conclusions. The first, that there was a physical struggle here last night in which the victim fought for his life.
Huh? Mr. Natsume, what's wrong? Is something that Mr. Sholmes said significant somehow?
No, don't mind me. Forget I was here.
Oh no, did they fought? Oh my god, is that why you're suspect?
And my second conclusion is that there was a poison lingering in the air here last night that passed the victim's lips.
Nonsense!
Alright, Mr. Natsume, why are you acting so extremely to Mr. Sholmes' deductions?
No, please pretend I'm not here. Invisible, ineffable, inscrutable, insignificant.
Impossible to ignore? You must tell us everything, Mr. Sholmes.
Spare no detail.
The animation is for him holding his hat, but it looks like he's holding his hair. Such an anime thing to do.
But of course, let the theatrical tragedy before us be unraveled by my great deductions, presented for your pleasure in 2x.
We've heard some truly astounding great deductions from Mr. Sholmes in the past. No doubt this will be no exception. What miracles will unfold before our eyes this time?
So, my dear fellows, for your delight and wonder, let the curtain rise. For Sherlock Holmes, Logic and Reasoning Spectacular, Act 1.
Wow. I wonder how would you say that in Japanese though? Probably a long name.
Here we go. The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Cause of death.
Dun dun dun.
Careful observation of the victim reveals to us the events that transpired in this disconsolate room last night. Foam at the mouth of the deceased clearly indicates the use of poison.
What is that? Wait, what is it? Are you sure that's not a bar of soap? Maybe that's why he has a foam on his mouth? The shadow and shots are vanilla. Eto. Did he eat a bar of soap? Sekken desu ne. Eh?
Next to the victim, we notice a large dining plate which contains, you will observe, 1/2 of a sizable bar of soap.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, the fact that he's also thinking it's soap means it's not soap. Okay.
Meaningful? Indubitably. Why is this soap set so purposely upon the dish? Like the victim's last supper, in fact. Yes.
Cheese? I don't think there's a cheese that's color green.
Could it be that the man was about to eat? Of course, the fork reveals the answer. It appears that the young man's appetite was his undoing. Taking up arms in the form of his cutlery, the victim engaged in a deadly battle for his life. Yet the struggle against his hunger was in vain, for in the end he couldn't resist devouring the slippery feast. But London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the content of the plate. The soap and the lather about the young man's mouth are too perfectly matched to ignore. The cause of death was clearly intoxication due to excessive ingestion of foul soap. Though personally, I have a greater interest in the taste of foul candle wax, of course. I like how it uses his default costume out of nowhere. Conclusion: poisoning from soap. Topic 2. Suicide or murder? I don't know if I can say that word, the S word. The cause of death identified, we proceed to Act 2, where we ponder the next question. Was this shuikun or murder? Because from what I learned a few days ago, I think the suikun word cannot be said, I think, in YouTube. The audience will recall that death occurred during the victim's last supper. Sudoku. Oh yeah, we can use sudoku. No, sudoku is our other word for seppuku, so it's different. Did the man dine and die alone? This single teacup suggests the answer. Natsume-san, you're so sketchy looking. To draw a conclusion on such meager... sorry, is that meager? Oh gods. Merriam-Webster, I summon you. I don't know English. What is this word?
Meager.
Oh, it is meager.
Meager.
Okay, it's meager. Okay, it's meager, I'm correct. Ha! Meager evidence would be foolish, however, certainly. The careful criminal could have absconded with his own cup to cover his tracks. Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellow. Indeed, what reveals the answer, of course, is the broken lock. Though forced open now, at the time of the incident, this door was locked, and the sole key was in the victim's pocket. In other words, when the victim consumed the poison, he must have been alone. Alone with his inferior soap, from whence wafted an inferior scent. And with that acrid aroma lingering in the air, the victim met his end in tragic solitude. We can take comfort only in the fact that his soul was well cleansed on its way to the hereafter. Conclusion: no possible perpetrator present. Committed a self-guide instead. No, I'm okay. I'm okay with Masuikin as the replacement. Thus concludes the final act of Herlock Sholmes' Great Deduction. Wow. Why would it be soap? But then again, I thought it was soap too. They're all in disbelief. There's just one thing, Mr. Sholmes. You are disposed to identify just one thing, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Pray, what concerns you, my boy? Well, no matter how hungry he was, do you really think the man would have eaten soap? It is quite apparent that this man had barely a penny to his name. It is a curious thing, but to one so destitute, soap can suddenly appear quite irresistibly appetizing. Oh no, I just realized. Is this like, what you call that? The stereotypical starving artist kind of thing? Because he's into plays, right? He's an actor. So, starving artist? No, I don't want to be a starving artist.
Soap, especially back then, is technically edible. Well, I think because back then it was made with really natural ingredients, I believe. How extraordinary! In truth, I have tried a little soap myself in the past. You've eaten it? You mean? My dear fellow, it was some time ago now. My postulation was that it would cleanse my gut. And did it? As I writhed in agony on the floor and spilt the contents of my stomach, yes, I believe it did. The experience taught me a valuable lesson. Soap is quite poisonous. It has an unpleasant taste and leads to great discomfort. In summary, I cannot recommend it. Believe me, I wouldn't even eat it if you did. There's something that troubles me as well, actually. Oh, what's that? It's Mr. Natsume. I couldn't help noticing him shuddering and quivering out of the corner of my eye. Almost as if Mr. Shom's seductions touched a nerve somehow. Nonsense! Well, that clenched teeth episode didn't last. I think, judging by Mr. Natsume's reaction, the great detective's deductions may need some gentle corrections in order to reach the actual truth. Yes, Mr. Shom's observations and deductions are sometimes a little too sharp. He has a tendency to hit the nail on the side of the head and drive it in an obtuse angle. Obtuse. When he does that, it falls to us to straighten things out. Alright then, let's see what we can do. Yes, we must pick out the keywords in Mr. Shom's quite brilliant deductions and discreetly exchange them for something that makes a little more sense. If we can do that, I'm sure we'll arrive at what Mr. Shom's meant to say in the first place. In that case, are you ready for the second performance of the day? Once again, my dear fellows, for your continued delight and wonder, let the curtain rise. For Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular, Act 1.
Chakong.
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
Dun dun dum ba dum ba dum ba dum.
Careful observation. Alright, I don't have to voice it again since it's the same exact words. Damn, he has long eyelashes. Ho ho! Foam at the mouth of the disease clearly indicate use of poison. Next to the victim, and over the hammer her. He thinks it's soap. Wait, what do we have in the court record so far though? A receipt for some books that Mr. Natsume purchased as a second-hand bookshop. It was submitted as evidence into trial the other day. The sum of 2 shillings tendered in receipt of the picture of Monsieur Lecoq, I think that's how you read it, a meal for Gaboriel, Canterbury Yearnings. Okay. What's the other one? The street map. Okay. I remember those items. Okay. Damn. Well, you can't deny that a fork implies the man was eating something or about to eat something. Yes, that's true. If I were to decide to eat some soap, I would prefer... I should prefer to use a fork than to attempt it with chopsticks. And of course, only half of the bar of soap is left on the plate. But might there not be some other explanation? Something material that proves whether or not the man really ate some soap. Did he eat soap? Oh wait, there's the other piece. Look, there's more soap on the floor here. Mr. Shamspeare must really have loved the stuff. Let's not jump to conclusions, Mr. Naruhodo. Look closely at the soap. Do you see that it would fit together perfectly with the half bar on the table? What the? How can that be? I think that they are two halves of the same bar that broke apart. And then we have a teacup. Do you think he was drinking tea with his soap? The cup's empty, so there's no way of knowing. Ah, how about this for an idea? Perhaps the cup was full of water. And he was dissolving soap in it so he could gulp as much down as possible. Oh my god, the image of that is just bad. Imagine having a bar of soap and you're dunking it in water as if it's like dunking donuts in coffee or dunking biscuits in your tea. Oh god. And then you drink it. Oh god. Or take a bite. Please remember that he may not actually have been the soap lover that he's been made out to be. Ugh. Okay, can I press his hat or something? Oh god, this is moving so much. Oh, I cannot. Okay. What else can I press? The fork? I suppose you'd eat soap with a fork, would you? I don't think it's a question of which implement you'd use. You shouldn't eat soap full stop. But then why? Why does the man have a fork in his hand? Oh dear. I understand your frustration, Mr. Naruhodo, but please don't take it out on me. The point is, if we decide the man used this fork to eat the soap, we wouldn't be changing Mr. Shon's deduction. So we really ought to consider some other clues. Other clues? Huh.
何かな?
I guess we'll just have to present the other bar of soap. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course, the fork reveals the answer. Eh? Oh, it's correct. This is the DLC clothes for Naruhodo. He has a cute little mascot of himself on his shoulder. That's so cute. The ones for Susato is off because we wanted to see her in the lawyer uniform in the first case. I should have turned it on. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course, the other piece of soap reveals the answer. It being the other half of the soap on the table. In short, the victim was not eating soap at all. But it's obvious, really, for no depths of hunger could drive any man to attempt to eat soap. Even I, with my unquenchable thirst for practical knowledge, took only a single bite. But that begs the question of how the man was poisoned, because there's no sign of any of the food on the table. An excellent observation, Mr. Naruhodo, and one that furnishes us with the answer we seek. When he does that, so funny. For London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. So we're back to the regular dialogue. Oh, now we have to change it. Mr. Sholmes is still pushing the soap argument then. Perhaps he's suggesting the man licked the soap rather than ate it. If soap in London is that poisonous, I don't think I want to be washed by... I don't want to wash my hands by using it. But there are no signs of any food in this room at all.
course, food isn't the only thing that passes people's lips, is it? Maybe it was the tea? Went straight to presenting. Confident. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the teacup. Indeed, cups have been a vessel of choice for practicing poisoners over the centuries. And it would appear that this victim drank every last drop. There's no sign of food anywhere in the room. Which leads us to the immutable conclusion. The cause of death was clearly intoxication due to the ingestion of poison contained in this teacup.
Ka-chow.
Conclusion: poison in the tea.
Dan 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 kam kapang kachang kachang kachang.
Natsume's face, yeah. The cause of death identified, we proceed to Act 2, where we ponder the next question. Was this suikun or murder? I can't say the word, so suikun. It's the closest spelling. The audience will recall the death occurred during the victim's last supper. Did the man dine and die alone? This single teacup suggests the answer. The Western vessel for infused hot drinks again. It's already featured heavily in our deduction so far. Yes, we can imagine that shortly before his death, Mr. Shamspeare was having a drink of tea. There would be nothing remarkable about that, but what troubles me is Mr. Natsume's reaction when he heard Mr. Sholmes suggest it. There's more to this deduction than it seems. We must closely examine the scene of the crime again for some more clues.
He died.
Oh, there's another cup. 2 cups. 2 cups, 1 man. 1 man, 2 cups.
Why 2 cups?
I guess he was looking... he was searching for the cuppers.
Please say it was funny. I tried.
It's a teacup? And it too is empty. Given that he's actually holding this one in his hand, we can assume that this is the cup from which Mr. Shamspeare here was actually drinking. 2 man, 2 cup. Yeah, exactly. That means he was talking with someone else, right? Akimbo tea drinking. So, oh my god, is it Natsume-san? Is it Natsume-san that he was drinking with and that's why he's a suspect? Oh my god, I can see it now. Natsume! Why do we have to defend you again? But if that's the case, this changes everything. Everything we've deduced up to now is turned on its head. I have a bad feeling about this. I almost don't want to say it. Yes, I know exactly what you feel. Oh boy. Shamalama ding dong. Ka-chow. Did the man dine and die alone? This other teacup suggests the answer. Yes, there were 2 teacups in this room all along. In other words, this is a strong indication that at the victim's last supper, there was a guest present.
Oh, that's so cute, Skillmo. It's an uwukato. Oh, well?
That's my sound alert for those who don't know in Twitch.
Oh, well?
I sound just like the recording, so sometimes they don't know is it a redeem without the pop-outs. At the very least, we can say now with certainty that somebody else was here in the room last night taking tea with the victim.
What are you talking about? Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable.
To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however, certainly. In which case, what more can we deduce about this possible guest at the table? Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellows.
Do you mean to say you know who exactly was in this room at the time of the victim's death? I wonder who it could be. I don't know. I know, right? I'm not sure I like where this deduction is going now. I'm afraid it's too late to go back to the halcyon days of eating too much soap. But the identity of the guest who was in here last night when the victim passed away is something I have a very bad feeling about. Well, you can try to ignore your feelings, but we cannot ignore the truth, Mr. Naruhodo. No, I suppose not. Time to look around again. Okay, let's see. Oh no! I know what it is. We have a library card. I already know what those books are. It's the 3 books that Natsume-san borrowed. Ooh, I need to bite my watermelon. Hold on. Oh, crunchy.
Wow. Papa's watermelon, the one he gave. Crunchy. I like it. And it's sweet. Crunchy sweet. I like it. I hope there's still more when my stream is done. I want more.
I think Papa Apricot is subscribed to me, but I don't know if he remembers. And he doesn't really have notifs on, or he doesn't log in the YouTube app in his devices, so
I'm safe. But now I cannot ask for watermelon on stream. Papa, if you're out there watching my stream, or if you're looking at the VOD, I want watermelon. I want them more. Onegai?
At first glance, it seems that the only things in this room are the makeshift stage and the costumes. I overlooked these 3 books initially. I wonder what they are. Let's see, the titles read The Picture of Monsieur Lecole, Canterbury Yearnings, and A Meal for Gabro? I don't know how to read that. Soseki-san's books. Wait, I'm sure I've heard of those titles before. It could just be an incredible coincidence, but they're the exact same 3 books that Mr. Natsume purchased the other day. What? Yes, on the day of the unfortunate incident when Miss Green was stabbed. Soseki-san had just been to a bookshop and bought them, that's right. Oh gods. It is them. And now these 3 titles are here in the room of the victim. Yet Mr. Natsume claims never to have been here before. Oh no. What does this mean, do you think? I really don't know what to make of it. Oof. Oof. Kure! Sodane. What reveals the answer, of course, is the pile of familiar books. Quite so, it's no mere coincidence that these 3 titles are here in this room. It's the link to the truth. Oh, Soseki-san, why are you like this?
Mr. Natsume, you purchased these books 4 days ago at a second-hand bookshop. That's just coincidence. In that case, you will be willing to bring the same 3 titles from your own room, will you not? This is a very moment. This very moment. Damn, Soseki-san. Just can't catch a break, can you, my boy?
No, never. Non-negotiable. Negotiable.
If you can't bring your own copies here, it proves that these 3 books are in fact yours. Look at his pose. Having purchased the books 4 days ago and returned to your lodgings, you were arrested the very next day. So you could conceivably have brought the books here on that evening, but you never mentioned that. In other words, you could only have brought these 3 books here to the victim's room. Oh my god. Last night, having returned to your lodgings after the trial concluded at the Old Bailey. Yeah, he's like a cactuar. In short, there is only one possible conclusion. The victim died here in this room last night as a result of poisoning. And that same night, the victim had a visitor. And that visitor was you, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Thus concludes the final act of Herlock Sholmes' great deduction. Conclusion. Soseki Natsume at the scene. Oh boy. Got him, lock him up again. So yeah, he's locked up again. I'm sorry if you hear clickety sounds. I'm taking screenshots. I like the scenes.
Wallpaper material.
Or thumbnail material, ne? Never play poker, bro. I know a bit, but I don't really understand the rules of poker, but somehow when I win, it's usually kind of big. I've never done gambling or betting in real life. You know, it's just those games when you play with friends. But yeah, I just win by accident. So even I'm bluffing myself. I have no idea what's the worth of my hand, but sure, all in.
Not again, not again, not again. Not again!
Well then, Mr. Natsume, it would appear you're gonna have to accompany me down to the yard. Again.
But wait! Hold your horses!
Yes.
Door, key, locked. Entry, exit, entirely impossible.
He's so flustered he's being even stranger than normal. Oh, I agree, TPG. The best way to keep a poker face is to not know what's going on. They cannot possibly know what you don't know. And they can't know that you don't know either. They do not know that you don't know what they do not know. I think that was correct, but anyway. Poker face your whole life. What, you think that's an alibi? You could have just made a copy.
What?
You live in the same building after all. You'd have plenty of opportunity, I'm sure.
What? Misery me!
Sorry, sir. You'll get your chance to give your side of the story later.
Yeah, he has the constipation face. I mean, this animation of his sprite alone, if you can green screen that or edit it out, and then you just put a bathroom, you know, background, it seems like he's having a hard time to poop, you know?
The facts speaks for themselves, Mr. Mustache.
Ugh, you horrible Herlock Sholmes!
See, even this, it looks like he's trying to get that big poopy out of his butt, right? Oh my god, he's constipated. Help him. He needs more fiber. Wait, is it fiber if you're constipated? Or is that when you have diarrhea? I can't remember. I'm a little confused now. He really has found himself an arch rival now, hasn't he? That should be the preview image for this. Soseki in a bathroom? I could try. I'll probably just replay the scene or something and then screenshot somehow in between frame.
Come on now, no dilly-dallying. Outside, there's a carriage waiting.
Fiber for methinks. Yeah, I think fiber is to help keep your poopy intact, right? So if you have constipation, what do they tell you to eat? I don't really get constipated, nor do I get any diarrhea, so I'm not really sure.
Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! I never imagined I'd be in this position again, but... You have to help me! Please, I'm innocent!
Plums? Really? Alright, I understand. We'll come to your cell later and talk about it. And
one more thing.
oh, yes? My poor little kitty cat.
Please give him his breakfast for me.
Oh, he kept Wagahai? And so, his evil curse still apparently unbroken, Soseki-san found himself once again the prime suspect in a case of murder. Just any stool softener, I guess. Thanks to the incriminating deduction of the great detective.
My dear fellow, that honor belongs to you.
Oh, he's giving us credit. Nice. Well, at least that means Inspector Gregson is no longer here. We can examine the crime scene in more detail now. Yes, that's right. Ah, and of course. What? Have you forgotten what the inspector mentioned before? It was the landlord, Mr. Garideb, who discovered Mr. Shamspear. Ah, Mr. John Garideb, yes. I expect we could find him in his sitting room on the top floor as usual. Right. You must remember to go and talk to him later then.
Dun, 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 dun. Now we can dance around and mess up the crime scene. Wait. Now I can pick up this thingamabob.
Oh, you're right. I think prunes. Yeah, I think my parents use prunes if ever. What's this? What is that? It looks like a part of an envelope, I think. Yes, I think you may be right. Perhaps it was torn off when the letter was opened. Is that significant? Well, it's a little out of place, perhaps, when you look around the room.
There's no sign of a letter or the rest of the envelope in fact, is there? Ah, she's right. And yet, here we have the torn off end of an envelope. It just strikes me as unusual. I agree. We better take this just in case.
Na 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 na.
We are stealing from the crime scene.
What's this?
Look at these extravagant, bright costumes. Somehow they look out of place in this room with its grim, shady going-ons. This one looks like a king's attire. A king? I've always dreamt of being a king.
When I was king, we'd had everything. When I was king, we had everything.
That's a song from One OK Rock. It's one of my favorites. I don't know. It's simple, catchy.
Where am I?
Oh, I think you'd be more suited to a feudal lord, or a daimyo, or such like. With a chonmage top knot? Every Japanese man wishes he had a chonmage. Oh, you'd look wonderful with one, and you already have the sword! Can you imagine what would happen if I walked around the streets of London with a chonmage and a sword?
When I was Lion King.
Oh my god, I was not Lion King. I was Timon and Pumbaa. There's not much on these shelves, is there? Just this wine glass and bottle. And both of them are cracked. Yes, not much use, are they? Oh, what's a Timon and Pumbaa thingy?
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Hakuna Matata. Ain't no past the craze.
It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
Me was called Timon a lot. Eh? Nande? How come? What's the matter? Oh, I was just reminded of the Reaper, that's all. Prosecutor Lord Van Zeeks? Yes, he's so reckless with his wine glasses. I was thinking it's a waste and that he should donate some to the needy. You can suggest it next time we meet. I doubt you would have the courage to. Van Zeeks is kawaii. As we've seen from the outside, the window is completely bricked up. A vestige of the former window tax that Britons had to pay. What strange things they used to tax in Great Britain. I mean, making people pay for the number of windows they had in a property? It's extraordinary. It's heartbreaking to think of the poor having to block up their windows just to avoid an unaffordable tax. Oh! What is it, Mr. Sato? If you look closely, a number of the bricks are loose. Oh, you're right. Eh? It's the soap! Well, we still don't know if it's really soap though. Because one of form of your IRL name, one letter off. Really? Wow, interesting. Oh yes, it looks as though an amateur has broken out a few times. A few of them, just here. Imagine if a window tax existed now. Oof. If we had a window tax, imagine the tax of the company buildings. How many window panes they got, bro? Oh gods. We'd all be living in a bat cave to avoid the tax. Was it Mr. Shamspeare who did it, I wonder? Being the lodger renting this room. Ah, look at this, Mr. Naruhodo. On the outside, there's a little ledge. And there's something on it. What? Outside? Ah, it's so cold outside. You can feel it through this gap. It did snow last night. It would be cold. But more importantly, what is it on the ledge out there? What are those snow-covered lumps?
It's lumps?
It's more bars of soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on the ledge outside the window? I have no idea. But the pair of them look rather charming like that. Still, that's very strange, isn't it? Bars of soap lined up outside the window? I think perhaps we should take one. There are two, after all. Oh dear, I suppose we could. Oh, what's this? Look here at this soap. Do you see? In the middle there? There's a patch that's a different color. It's sort of transparent, but some sort of fancy design, I suppose. Only in Great Britain. It looks like the Hinomaru flag of Japan, doesn't it? How wonderful! She's talking about the white flag with the red sun in the middle. It's probably a very expensive brand. Expensive? Then what's it doing in this ramshackle old room?
Ba-ma-ma-ma. It's a luxurious soap. Maybe.
Let's take a look at the items then. Well, the envelope doesn't seem to have any clue. What about the soap? The soap looks like a gummy or a chewable or gum in general. What do you call that? They're like Skittles but rectangular. I can't remember what they're called. That's a weird looking thing. This part is a different color. It's an exquisite design, isn't it? Trust the British to turn a boring bar of soap into something special. I quite like it. It reminds me of the Hinomaru design of the Japanese flag. I expect this is rather expensive soap. That doesn't seem likely given who it belongs to. Maybe Shamspeare was digging through the soap to get this. Do you think that's the reason why? Because we saw the soap split in two. And if it had something in the middle inside, I feel like it would have split the way it looked like.
これは何?
And here we have another disproportionately large machine. This looks like a meter of some kind. Ah, this is a gas meter, I think. It seems that in this district, residents pay for gas as they use it with coins. Ah, I see. Yes, now you've pointed it out, I can see that there's a slot just here that looks like it. That looks like it would take a coin. So you mean if you put a coin in here... That's right. That would buy you about 2 hours of gas for light and heating. So... if you were a poor person with no money, you'd have to sleep in the freezing cold? Yes, or if you were a scatterbrain with no change because you forgot to exchange your money at the bank. Thank goodness there's no meter in our office. Yeah, it's like a vending machine for gas. It reminds me back in the olden days. Because I kind of still reach like phone booths in a certain country, and if you wanted to make an overseas call, you had to continuously put a coin in it
so it would stay connected. It reminded me of that memory. I used it about a few times when I was like a little kid, when my family was still abroad for a certain point of time, and then we were calling my grandma back here in the Philippines. Yeah. This is a gas wall light, isn't it? It must be connected to a gas pipe in the wall. Gas lights, a gas stove. London really is a city of gas. But now that I think about it, Mr. and Mrs. Garridev had an open fire on the top floor, didn't they? Oh yes, you're right. I don't recall seeing a gas stove up there. Well, I much prefer a real fire anyway, it's so much cozier. What's over here? This is some sort of makeshift stage, I think, isn't it? Where does the audience sit, though? For the nightly Shakespeare performances. Actors aspiring to the great stage must practice their art, Mr. Naruhodo, with or without an audience. Gaslighted city, badumps. Nice one. In fact, on a related note, perhaps you should set up a mock bench for the defense in your office. What? Then you could practice your art every single day. I'll think about it if you promise to don a beard and play the role of the judge. Well, if that would help you achieve your goal. Oh, this I have to see. A bearded Susato-san, and she'll do the Susato takedown. Okay, looks like all the inanimate objects are observed. Now let's go to the dead guy. Oh, the poor man, so young to die. Do you suppose it was a very painful death, being poisoned as he was? I don't know. All we can do now is hope that he'll be reborn to a better life. Yes, I suppose you're right. I wonder. Do you think that putting our hands together in a Japanese prayer will help a British soul? Sorry? I made sure I had a reference at the ready for just such an occasion as this, actually. This book is entitled The Beginner's Guide to Praying for the Departed, the British way. I'll just reread it now, one moment. There's quite a spine on that book, isn't there? Order, order in Susato-san's voice. It would be a high-toned, cute voice, I would say. Not like cute, but you know, adorable. She'll be like, order, order! With a little more anger, I guess. She sure has a lot of books in her sleeve. Oh, hell yeah! She sure does. I don't know how she fits it all. Okay, guess we'll go to Briar Road. Garridev's room first. Since it's in the same place. Oh, thank you for the stretch, the posture check and watering. There's no more cracks in my hands. Instead of drinking the coffee, I want to bite the watermelon as a way to rehydrate. Watermelon. I really wish I could share it with you guys. The watermelon's really juicy and sweet. Taste it. Wait, this place looks a little better than I last remembered. Oh, never mind. They're just covering it with a screen. Here's the burnt carpet. Imagine the trump card in the middle of each 2 pages.
Oh.
Imagine a bookmark and a note on every page. Oh my god. Here we go again. The eccentric landlord's eccentric top floor abode. We're here because Mr. Garideb's the one who discovered the incident this morning. Don't forget. There's our crescent moon-shaped man. Ah, you chaps, eh? I don't remember what voice I used to give him. Ah, yes, good morning, sir. Thank you for your cooperation in court yesterday. It was quite a trial. As much for Mr. Garideb as anyone, really. Came straight back here after all that business at the bailey yesterday. Didn't expect to wake up to more bally nonsense this morning. I wonder if you wouldn't mind telling us exactly what happened, Mr. Garideb? Ah, in the Philippines, since we don't have like winter, yeah, our watermelons are kind of all year round. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yes, I suppose you'd like to know all about the dead loss of an actor champ in the ground floor room? Those were exactly Inspector Gregson's words, weren't they? I like the BGM.
Dun, 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 pum, 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 dun, dun, dun.
I can imagine waltzing to this, guys.
Dance with me, everybody. Sway, sway.
Okay, this morning's incident. It must have been a real shock for you this morning. I hear that you discovered what had happened. Ah, well, that hopeless actor chap rises at 5 o'clock sharp every morning without fail. But at 5:30 this morning, he still hadn't lit the gas. So I went down and knocked on his door, but no bally answer. And that's when you broke into his room by kicking down the door? Well, I called on that rum-looking Japanese chap to do the grunt work, of course. Wasn't it a little premature to kick the door down? The man could have just overslept by half an hour. And that's very true, Mr. Naruhodo. If 30 minutes oversleeping warranted such a behavior, I'd have to kick your door down every morning. Looks like Naruhodo doesn't wake up early. Well, you know, better to be safe than sorry and all that. Is it just me or is he avoiding our gaze now all of a sudden? Except that it wasn't a sorry situation indeed. It was. Except that it was a sorry situation indeed that you found on the far side of the door. Shamspear. The victim's name is Mr. Shamsphere, I believe. Is that right? Yes, William Shamsphere took the ground floor room 3 months ago now. And how would you describe him? In a word, destitute. Destitute? Well, let's face it, the only redeeming feature of that room is the cheap rent. Anyone wanting to live in a place like that is either broke or has a bally screw loose. So hard to choose which category Soseki-san would fall into. Mr. Naruhodo, that's a little rude. He was doing research as well. Research? Into what?
Shakespeare, of course, Shakespeare. Read a few plays of the old bard myself, you know. Romeo and Hamlet and all that.
Good kind sir, it's Romeo and Juliet. Hamlet was a whole other play. And then we also had The Twelfth Night, which is my favorite. Yes, William Shakespeare is England's most highly regarded classical playwright and author. He's known as Sao in Japanese, as you know, and many of his works have already been translated. Huh, I did not know that. It seems incredible that Shakespeare was shortened to Sao, though. Someone was too heavy-handed there. There were a lot of costumes in the victim's room, actually, weren't there? Of course, Mr. Natsume is a scholar of English literature as well. I imagine he and Mr. Shakespeare would have had much in common. Shakespeare interpretation disagreement leads to shocking murder. Oh, let's hope it's not that. From how you reached to a certain scene, to a certain earlier scene, I feel you'd be interested in the Romeo and Hamlet play. Romeo and Hamlet. Isn't there like that one cursed play? What was it called? Macbeth? Two male romance. Oh god. And then I guess Mercutio, I think, was it? I forgot the names already, but I think that's the right-hand man or friend of Romeo. He's gonna be a girl. This time it will be a girl. Gender swap the whole thing. Mr. Naruhodo, really? How rude.
But Chuchato.
Ooh, a play I would like to go through, especially if they're going to interact with the audience, is definitely French fries and hamburger. They'll be giving you French fries and hamburgers for free as they enact the beauty of creating them and how they came to be and how they taste. That is a good play. After Mr. Natsume's trial yesterday, you came straight back here, I believe, didn't you? Did you notice anything strange between then and this morning? Well, now must have been about 6 in the evening by the time I get home. Snow was coming down rather heavily as I remember, and it was completely dark already. That failed actor chap was out at that time. Mr. Garideb noticed there was no light from his room or something, I suppose. Couldn't summon the energy for anything much, so I just sat in front of the fire up here. It was after 8 before Shakespeare got back. And the chap was still up until past 1 in the morning, I'll have you know. Suppose he met his end sometime after that. I was asleep by then, so I'm rather in the dark there. Well, thank you. That was very illuminating. Is everything alright, Mrs. Otto? Well, I was just thinking it's a little strange, that's all. Mr. Garrick-Deb, you were up here in your room all evening, if I've understood correctly. Not a big fan of stairs, not with this blasted leg. Then, how is it that you seem to know? The precise movements of your tenant on the ground floor, I mean. Oh! That's a very good point. I can't imagine that you could hear noises from the ground floor all the way up here. Does this old man like to spy on his tenants? Is that it? Wa. Hidoi yo. Eh? He likes to spy on your tenant. What about the ladies?
Mr. Garideb. I say, I know what you're thinking, and it's a bully outrage. I'm ex-military, don't you know? I don't go around spying on my tenants. Why would I?
Then how did you know, Mr. Garideb?
It's the gas, woman. The gas tells me everything.
Oh, I think this guy needs help.
The gas?
Speaking gas?
Speaking gas? Okay, now that's a different kind of gas, sir. And I believe that is a danger to the whole establishment if it's that kind of gas. The gas bender? Wow, he's an air bender. He's a moon bender. No wonder his head looks like a crescent moon. What on earth do you mean, sir? Oh, sorry. I pressed it by accident. How can gas tell you anything, let alone everything?
Well, as you're probably aware, the gas is supplied to the building by pipes.
Yes, I'd more or less worked that out. Every room in the building is connected by a single pipe to the gas main outside. And the gas company supplies gas to properties via the main. Yes, I understand that too.
Let me see if I can explain. Let's say I was to light the gas lamps up here. What do you suppose would happen?
Well, obviously the room would get brighter.
Exactly. But at the same time, the lights in all the other rooms of the house would dim for a moment.
What? They dim? Why? Perhaps it's because when you light a gas lamp, it briefly uses more gas than usual. And that reduces the amount of gas in the pipe for the other lamps that are connected to it. That might explain why the other lamps dim momentarily. What is that word, Susato-san? Might not it, but shortcut it. Might not it. Not it. Not it. Yes, of course, because everything connected to a single supply pipe. Is that supposed to happen though? It sounds rather undesirable.
Jolly good point. Fact is, the gas company's pipes in these parts are pretty hopeless, long worn out, and barely got any gas in them to start with. Opposite's also true, of course. Extinguish the lamps up here and they glow brighter in the rest of the house.
Ah, right, I see. So by watching the flickering of the lamp in one room, you can determine what's happening elsewhere.
You've got it.
Oh, of course. Because when people come back home in the evening and before they go to sleep at night, what they're guaranteed to do is either light or put out their lamps and fires. Clever.
In point of fact, the room on the ground floor and the one above it use slightly different amounts of gas. By watching the lights in here closely, I can work out almost exactly what's going on in the whole house.
Gosh, that's fascinating, Mr. Garideb. Absolutely fascinating.
Oh well, nothing to it really.
And I can't really see that it's going to help us with the case either. What I'd like to know is why Mr. Garideb is so interested in what his tenants are up to in the first place. I feel like there's more to it than idle curiosity. Alright, so maybe we can look around the room. Wow. We know what that screen is hiding now. The aftermath of the fiery altercation the other day.
Don't suppose I'll be able to clear that mess up for some time now. dear, this must be a very difficult situation for you. I'll say, people talk about twist of faith and whatnot. But this is a twist and a half. A rotten show all round.
He's clearly struggling with everything that's happened. Okay, well, there's still an apron on the cannon. The sword, that's cool. Still has these and that. Wonder if there's something here on the right. Oh, the cakes are still not in order. And that's an impressive collection of cakes on that fancy silver cake stand there. I feel sure that it was full of cakes when we first investigated in here as well.
Yes, quite right. Haven't touched it since. Haven't done much at all really since it all happened. Time's rather stood still for me, you know.
Oh. Time has stood still? Now that's an interesting phrase. I might be able to use that excuse when I'm next supposed to be tidying the office. Oh my god. Ryunosuke. You could just tidy up, Mr. Naruhodo. These shelves look like they've been completely torn apart by a wild beast.
Reminds me of the Battle of my wand. Do you know?
Ah, the experiences of a seasoned veteran.
Enemy had us surrounded on all sides. We really thought we were done for, the whole Belly Company. We were taking a real pounding from their cannons, so all we could do was run for our lives.
Oh, I thought the story was going in a different direction, actually.
Well, the whole experience taught me one thing, I can tell you. When you're done for, you're really done for.
Ugh, that's not what a lawyer who often finds himself under fire wants to hear. There's a good view over the wintry East End from up here. It's an oppressively grey scene. There's really nothing comparable in Japan. And down below, Briar Road, partly blanketed in snow. And the pavement where poor Miss Green was struck in the back by that knife. Thinking about it, this is the only room in this building that actually has a window to the outside world. Sometimes Great Britain really does seem like a strange land, doesn't it? I suppose all foreign culture seems strange at first. Imagine how an English woman would feel on arriving in Japan and seeing people with a chonmage top knot. Well, that's a good point. Chonmage, chonmage. Okay. Okay, this one is also observable. Ah, yes. Those enormous mortar shells. It's quite something seeing them up close, isn't it? Didn't you say something about firing them into the barracks, Mr. Garida?
Ah, you remember, do you? Just a little mishap that occurred during training one day. What are you doing firing on your own men? The captain bellowed at me. I'm not surprised. A little mishap doesn't really do it justice, does it? Well, one has these little incidents when one's a hot-headed young private.
Perhaps I should put some evidence that resulted from one of my little mishaps on display. Oh, does the great lawyer, like the great detective, want to exhibit some trophies of his finest moments? Lol. Okay, what about this one? There's a single apron drawing on the enormous cannon-shaped Claude's horse, look. No, Mr. Naruhodo, that's a real cannon. I knew that, I was just testing you.
Piece of history, that is. Seen plenty of action on the battlefield, I can tell you. Now the old girl and I are just enjoying the peace and quiet of retirement together. And of course, she'd come in handy if the enemy decided to launch an attack again. Is there a war going on that I don't know about?
I hope not. That would be so dangerous though.
Hi.
Okay, I think that's about everything. Oh wait, the uniform. And that's your military uniform, isn't it, Mr. Garidam?
Well, ceremonial garb, yes. Been hanging on the wall ever since my retirement bash. Not in active service now, you know. Doesn't mean much to me anymore. You could have the old thing if you wanted it.
Well, it might suit Lord Van Zeeks, perhaps.
An overly ostentatious outfit like this could be just what he needs.
Very tactful, Mr. Sato. Very tactful indeed. Alright, okay.
何かな?
Is there anything else we can view? Oh, the medal. Good to see Mr. Garidev's Medal of Honor still proudly displayed on the wall. The inscription reads, "For distinguished participation," if you remember. Yes, I remember, because I remember thinking even I might stand a chance of picking up honors like that. Wouldn't know it to look at me now, perhaps, but I had my devil may care days, you know. Devil may care. Oh my god. That has to be a pun for Devil May Cry. Has to be, has to be. Well, all in the past now, of course, and best left there. Best not, I want to know. Oh, the lion thingamabob. You look very dashing in your uniform there, Mr. Gaida. Oh, the pictures. Ah, that old portrait, eh? Drawn by an art student who used to rent the room downstairs. Oh, he looks so wonderfully young and courageous and strong. Yes, well, the chap presented it to me one day and asked if I'd let him off the month's rent in return. Oh, I see. So you did, presumably. I bally well did not. Oh. A portrait is a portrait, but rent is rent. Eh? And yet it's still there proudly on the wall. Dun dun dum bum 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 dum bum 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 dun dun dum bum dum bum dun dun bum bum bum. Oh my god. Couldn't resist. Alright, I think that's everything. So I guess we'll have to move out, or maybe we can talk? Anything we can present? Seems like there's nothing we can present.
Okay, so back.
Briar Road to look at the soap on the window. 21st February, Briar Road. Okay, examine. Oh, look, it's the bike. I remembered the bike. There always seems to be a bicycle outside the Garideb residence. I read that bicycles are extremely popular all over Great Britain at the moment, in fact.
That one seems very warped though, especially the front wheel. Is that to make it more of a challenge to ride, do you think? No, I'm afraid that may be a result of the rider's incompetence. For the front wheel to be so badly warped, I'm afraid the rider may have been similarly afflicted. Then there's a good chance Mr. Natsume has been practicing on this bicycle, I think. Oh dear, I fear you may be right. I think they're talking about maybe how Natsume-san might have hit his head and then went cookie. With the exception of the top floor, where Mr. and Mrs. Garrett live, all the windows are bricked up. Yes, that's because of an old window tax that was charged on the number of windows a property had. In order to pay less tax, the poorer members of society filled in many of their windows. But the tax has since been oh, my tongue cannot read anymore. But the tax has since been abolished, hasn't it? So the windows should all be opened up again, surely. Unfortunately, it would appear that the residents of this district can't afford to pay to have the work done. Ah, yes. That is a sad state of affairs. Especially for people like poor Mr. Natsume, who would have to live all cooped up in a windowless room. I suppose that's the price you pay for living in a very cheap accommodation. It all seems rather pointless when you put it like that. Oh, I cannot touch le soap? No.
Okay. 皆さん。
what was I gonna say? I think we can end the stream here because my voice is starting to hurt a little bit. Hi, going. I kind of lost my voice yesterday, so I was able to only rest it like last night, and then this morning I had work, so it's still a little cranky. Hi. So just not to abuse it, I've been limiting myself to talk like every time I have to talk long, maximum 3 hours, and it's already like 2:38. 2 hours and 38 minutes in stream. So yeah, I think we can end here for now because I'm also kind of losing my voice. I can feel it. It's a bit strained already to talk. Go on. So thank you very much for passing by and staying in my stream today. I'm really sorry I had to cancel Twitch stream yesterday. Was it? Yeah, yesterday. Since I lost my voice. Almost completely, actually. I'm more surprised my entire voice didn't go out. Yes, so I'm gonna, I'll try to get some hot tea and I think we have some honey. So I can mix it in. I can also drink ginger tea. Ginger tea is very good for your throat, ne? Alright. So don't worry, we'll continue this for sure. Don't worry. Alright. 本当にOtsu Anzu. ありがとう. So, Otsu Anzu. I'll probably have my new stream schedule, my delivery slip up on my community tab here in YouTube and in my Facebook and Twitter account or X, whatever you want to call it. Within Tuesday. Hi. Within Tuesday, ne? Hi. Don't push yourself too hard. Yes, I'm doing my best not to.
You guys do the same. Don't push yourselves too hard, okay? Only I can push you.
Joke. No, seriously though, take care of yourselves as well.
I appreciate all of you and I don't want you guys to get sick. It would be lonely without you guys. Yeah, I'll be sad and lonely.
Alright. So if you know our outro, say it with me. If you don't, listen well so we can say it together next time.
Hi. I will work all day. No, Skillamo. Don't do it. Oh, please no. 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 Take care, ne? No.
Alright. Are you ready for the outro? Alright, say it with me. And as always,
Katonk.
I'll see you in the next package delivery.
Bye-bye. Take care na. Alright. Ito. Yes, I'll see you in the next package the way. Alright. Goodbye. I go back in the box. I shipping back home. Hi. Bye-bye. Thank you guys.
I appreciate you all so much for putting up with this piece of trash of an apricot. Alright.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.